Hey everyone, how are you today? Hey, doing a little test here. I'm doing a test in a three-pronged approach. First is this really cheap lab mic. I think I paid like maybe $20 or $15, maybe even 10 for it at one of the Hong Kong computer places, Wan Chai Computer Center. It's a TRS based connection, which basically is what the Osmo Pocket, which I'm using here right now and testing on, has. Osmo came out with the Pocket came out with a little 3.5 microphone adapter a few months ago. Pretty expensive. I think it costs about $36. And with that, you could use an external mic because one of the problems was is they felt like the built-in mic was just not satisfactory or didn't really allow for a lot of studio type or control type environment recording audio. So they added this, and then basically you can do it, but you have to use a TRS adapter. This is a lav mic I'm using right now. Like I said, it was cheap. I'm going to do a little tap here to see what that does, and I'm basically going to test three ways here, and then you be the judge of what it is. I have not been impressed with the quality of this lav mic. Basically, when I put this and do the Movo and also the built-in mic, it seems to do a better job than this lav mic. But I'm doing a test just to see what everybody thinks. So anyway, we'll come back on the flip side and have it flipped out to the Movo external mic at roughly 2 feet distance. See how that compares in relationship to the lav mic. Okay, part two involves a Movo, Movo, external mic with a dead cat on it. It's about 2 feet away from me. It's basically parallel with the Osmo Pocket, and I'm basically seeing how its quality is versus the lav mic and then versus the built-in mic. Because most of the time when I do my vlogs with that are not focused on a specific topic or not travel related or info related or not pictorial related or whatever the case may be, they're going to be mostly commentaries like this, me giving you different things about different places I've been and giving you some tips and different things I've learned, interesting places to see. So I want to really know what the best combination is to use for that. And really this is what this test is all about, to see which one it is. And it may be that I'm not satisfied with them and I still have to go find something else. But anyway, at least I have some options to pick from. So without further ado, this is a test, and I'll touch that mic, see how that works, and then put these all together and basically upload it and see what everybody else thinks about it. So the next portion of this will be involving using the internal microphone that comes with the Osmo Pocket in its own test without any sort of alterations, adaptations, or, basically raw. Okay. All right. Part 3, which is basically the Osmo Pocket's mic built by itself, internal to the actual unit. I'm standing about the same distance from the camera as I was for all three of them. Certainly the same distance from the camera that I was, and the microphone for part 2, which was the external mic. The lav mic was actually on my lapel, which was in part 1. So we'll take a gander here at the three different options and see what we think is the best solution for vlogging in the future. And it may be the solution hasn't been determined yet, so can't really tell. But you can't. You never know until you try. So you guys are basically with me in the trial and error portion of this effort as well. My suspicion is it'll probably be some sort of an external mic, either in a lav arrangement or like the Movo, but I don't know that for sure yet. Anyway, so we'll see what happens. So with further ado, we're going to cut this off now, and then I'll put them together and post it up, and everybody can take a gander and tell me what they think. Well, that was a pretty interesting little test, and pretty conclusive, quite frankly. That lav mic isn't worth what I paid for it, and I don't know what other possible function or practicality that thing has in its future, but it's certainly not doing videos and vlogging or any sort of external mic use at all. So obviously the lab mic, which I'll need to find one that actually is functional and does a pretty decent job, because you got to love the labs. They're quick, easy, don't take up a lot of space, stay on you when you're walking around and stuff. It's really nice because you do have that capability of being hands-free, at least one hand free. And whereas if you have the external mic, you kind of, your hands are tied up. So with that in mind, I'll probably look at some sort of a solution here for the lab mic. But I did put the external Movo back on here. I think that's probably my best choice for the vlogging, and at least right now, at present in this controlled environment. It appears that the Osmo Pocket microphone has a little bit of an echo or some background noise of some sort with it. So this was probably the best quality of the three things I tested. I mean, which really isn't saying much, because the lab mic was obviously horrific. This mic here at least appears to be presentable and functional, and the Pocket was just a little bit less than professional grade. So still a little bit of work in progress, but nonetheless, for people that are buying this product and looking at doing stuff like this, it certainly takes some, gives you some feedback. So this Movo, and I don't get paid for this, and I don't have any rights or I didn't get this for free. I bought this myself. I got this on Amazon, ordered it. I think it was like $30 or something, and got it sent to me. It seems to do a relatively decent job if you're in a stationary environment like this and you're recording. Obviously, if you're recording multiple people or you're having a podcast or something like that, you might need something else, or might need another one, or a dual setup, or whatever the case would be. But anyway, that's my findings for this test. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hit subscribe and like if you did. Appreciate everybody watching, and have a great day.